Fighting meets entertainment here on Punch Plan. Welcome to a new episode. Jake Paul has been training, getting ready for his upcoming fights against Mike Perry as well as Mike Tyson, sharing this training footage recently ahead of his fight against Mike Perry on July 20th.
Let's see if you can make the can fall. You can't push that out. Let me see it. Let me see it. Yeah, I got it now. Let me see it. Pull it up. Work. You gotta work it now. There you go. Come on with it. Come on. Okay.
Jake Paul has recently talked about replacing Mike Tyson with Mike Perry and still fighting on July 20th, now on DAZN instead of Netflix, as he's still going to be fighting against Mike Tyson as well later down the road in November. November 15th is the new date for that fight.
So July 20th is still alive, and I'm excited for that.
Full undercard, the whole deal, MVB promotion. People can't argue that you're good for boxing. There are other people that need to get a payday, right, to get in the ring also on top of you.
I couldn't be happier and just excited that we were able to pull an event together to keep the undercard fighters, working and all of that. And I just love fighting. So July 20th is still alive, and I'm excited for that.
Jake Paul's next opponent on July 20th, Mike Perry, bare knuckle boxer who's going to be fighting him this summer, has put out a message to Jake Paul.
You know what time it is, bro? Let's go, Jakey Jake. Let's go, Jake. Let's go, Jake.
Mike Perry then promoted Jake Paul's new brand as he released a company called W, a deodorant line, and Mike Perry made a video showing that he's using it as well in his training camp.
Jake, there's no need to worry. I'm gonna beat you up, but I'll smell good doing it thanks to W.
Sugar Sean O'Malley has recently been on a podcast with Jake Paul where he talked about Mike Perry, Jake Paul's future opponent, coming up on July 20th.
But Mike Perry, honestly, what he's been doing is pretty it went to bare knuckle. That shit just meant for him. Yeah. Bare knuckle fighting. It's crazy. It's different.
He's going crazy?
He's doing good. He's fucking undefeated over there. He's beating some really good guys.
Stay over there, fuck Nick.
Jorge Masvidal has just given his take on the upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Mike Perry. Masvidal has his own fight against Nate Diaz coming up July 6th, around a week from now.
Oh, I just seen that. I think I could see Jake winning the first 2-3 rounds. I've always wanted to see this fight and being able to work Mike. I don't like that it's 8 rounds, to tell you the truth. I don't know why it's 8 rounds when Jake's already fought more than 8 rounds, and Perry has a bunch of fights as well. Bare knuckle, I know the timing's different, but it could have been like a 10-rounder, I think. I just think as the fight progresses, Perry will be able to find him and break him down more and more. Eventually, it's going to be a dogfight, I think I can see Jake doing well the first 3 rounds, but then after that, it's going to start to become more and more of a fight, and he's really going to have to stand there with Mike. And I think Mike's more man, more dog at the end of the day. He's going to be able to take a shot and give a better shot, break him down, get in there. He's also going to be able to walk down Jake, I think, at some point, and that's going to cost a lot of energy for Jake if he's backing up, just jabbing, moving, backing up, trying to catch his balance. So I'm leaning towards Perry, definitely.
The full card for Jake Paul versus Mike Perry has recently been confirmed, with some new additions being Ashton H2O Sil versus Lucas Body, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus Uriah Hall, Shadesha Green versus Natasha Spence, with MVP saying, "Fear no woman." We are excited to announce that Jake Paul versus Mike Perry on Saturday, July 20th in Tampa, Florida, live on DAZN, will feature a full night of electric matchups. Pay-per-view card will include Jake Paul versus Mike Perry, Amanda Serrano versus Stevie Morgan, H2O Sil versus Lucas Batty, Tony Aguilar versus Corey Marksman, Julio Cesar Chavez versus Uriah Hall, then the prelim card having Shadesha Green versus Natasha Spence, Alexis Chaparro versus Kevin Hill, Angel Barrientos versus Edwin Rodriguez, Ariel Perez versus Dane Guerrero. We can't wait to see you at Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida, or live on DAZN Saturday, July 20th. There's a clip that recently surfaced on social media with over 1 million views saying leaked footage. Jake Paul gets knocked out by a 2-16 boxer. Now this was just a clip, but this full video did come out as Jake Paul made a skit of him getting knocked out to launch his new company and promote it.
17,000!
A report from Mirror Fighting has recently come out that Jake Paul has admitted his fight against Mike Tyson may never happen after the boxing legend pulled out. It says Mike Tyson plans to resume training in the coming weeks ahead of the rescheduled date, but little has been heard from the former undisputed heavyweight champion since he pulled out. Paul gave an update on the fight when he told the New York Post, "If Tyson wants it, I'm down. The keys are in his hands. It would be such an honor to step in there with him. Mike Tyson is the one who wanted it to be a professional fight. He's saying he's fine despite the problem. He's saying he's ready and all these things. We're not Mike Tyson's dad. We're not his boss. If Mike Tyson wants to fight, it would be my honor and I'm down to do it. He's ready to go. He just needed a couple of weeks, so he's back to training. We're all just praying and hoping that everything is good and that he stays healthy. That's first and foremost. He's Mike Tyson at the end of the day. He has lethal knockout power and is very, very experienced. I think it's going to be a brawl regardless." Jake Paul's even admitted he is taking a big risk by fighting Mike Perry as it could scupper plans of his Mike Tyson fight, saying, "I think I'm crazy for this. I definitely am, because I don't think anyone would take the risk in this position, but that's just what makes me different. I'm not slowing down for anyone and I want to stay active in the gym." If Jake Paul were to lose to Mike Perry in this upcoming fight come July 20th, that would definitely halt plans for a Mike Tyson fight and ruin a lot of the hype that fight has and potentially put it in jeopardy to the point where it may never happen at all. Jake Paul's former coach BJ Flores has addressed the sparring session that Jake Paul previously had against Mike Perry. These two sparred apparently in 2021 when Jake Paul was preparing for his fight against Tyron Woodley.
Mike walked in the gym with his now wife Latori and their son in the stroller. And I love Mike. I talked to Mike on social media a couple times and I got him to come in because I thought he was tough as hell and Jake was getting ready to fight Tyron Woodley. And we were in Miami and Jake we're just getting started. And they sparred 5 rounds. And, Mike is tough as nails and was just kind of transitioning from the UFC at that point and coming in. But Jake got the better of him every round, clearly. And Mike took some big shots. And tough kid. I just don't know how he's going to be able to stand up to Jake with 10-ounce gloves and no headgear. I don't think if he's aggressive to Jake, Jake's a lot better now than he was then too. I mean, he's been in this sport a lot longer. And I think if Mike Perry's aggressive, I think it's a very, very short night. I don't see how he stays in there with Jake.
I'm saying round 1.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think it could be round 1. It could be round 2. I don't think the fight goes into the 3rd round by any way, shape, or form. But it's going to be absolute fireworks while it lasts. And
one crazy first round, and that's it.
I don't know if Mike's getting through the first round. If he's too aggressive, he's not getting through the first round. He will not be able to stand up to those shots. This is not bare knuckle. He will go straight to sleep.
Tyron Woodley has recently addressed Jake Paul fighting Mike Perry as well as taking some shots at KSI. Negotiations between Tyron Woodley and KSI fell through a couple years back where they were scheduled to fight, and Tyron Woodley taking some shots here at KSI, but praising Jake Paul for fighting Mike Perry and fighting all these guys.
Your former opponent Jake Paul against a friend, Platinum Mike Perry. What do you make of that fight and how it's going to play out?
I love what it's doing for the sport because a lot of these influencers are saying they'll fight everybody. KSI, I'll fight. He won't fight everybody. Jake Paul will fight everybody. He will fight the toughest matchup. Mike Perry has found the sport that he is built and created for. I feel like he's at the prime of his career. The fact that Jake made this fight happen shows us that he recognized, I don't want to wait 5 months for a Mike Tyson fight. But to give us something in between shows that he has a screw loose, but he also knows if he does well, his brand's just going to keep going to the top.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you guys make of these stories? Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and take care.